Afternoon, everyone. Tier 3, welcome back. Welcome back to Tier 3. I hope you're good. May notice a slight change in my dress today. I had a little bit of an accident. I quite literally had a Christmas break, which I thought was quite impressive. So I'm actually in the arena where that happened. I'd just like to stress there's no alcohol involved in this. I took a bit of a fall right here as where I'm standing, and I fractured my shoulder. So anyway, all's good. So I'm still here. I'm just going to make my tea, which is going to be a bit awkward because it's left-handed, but I'm going to give it a go. So all good. We had a little bit of snow here this morning, which was nice. So a little bit of snow, and I've got a cake. I'm still finishing off the mince pies. So hi, Jim. So just they're small though, so it doesn't really matter. I'm sort of on the mend, mate. I've cracked some ribs as well. Oh, sorry, I'm just looking for sympathy now. I've cracked some ribs. It's all a bit of a mess, to be honest. But anyway, so I haven't had a shave either. I'm really sorry. It's quite awkward trying to shave left-handed. So there we go. Today, though, of course, what we're going to be doing is going to be talking about staying positive. So that's all right. So I'm going to do a bit of that, a bit of positivity. And also, because we've just been thrust back into lockdown, I thought I'd kind of refresh us about working from home and some of the things that we can think about. And that's kind of coincided with, in fact, our CEO just putting out a video himself today with some really useful tips, which I'm going to reiterate, really. But there's a question. There's always a question. So I've got a lovely question for you. I thought I'd make it bone related. I kind of thought it felt like it should be bone related. So my question today is, how many bones are there in the human body? So I've only fractured one and cracked two, so it's definitely more than three. So how many bones are there in the human body, adult human body? I don't know if bones grow, actually, but anyway, that's my question. So write your answers in. Wow, 206, 287. That's quite impressive. Not bad. Good, strong starts. Anyway, let's talk about what we're going to be talking about. So first of all, I'm going to start to. We did some stuff way back because this is Tier 3 number 47, and I think working from home was really key way back there in March, and we've kind of reinforced it. And but it's just kind of quite useful. I'm not sure. I think there might be some first aiders on today. There might be some first aid I could have done with you on Christmas Day, let me tell you. So firstly, what I want to say, if you're working at home, is, and I think this has evolved, but find your space. You know, from a personal point of view, I've kind of moved. I think I kind of started off thinking, oh, this will just be for a month or two, a few weeks, we'll be fine. And I've now set myself up, got a much better space to work in, got a desk, sorted myself out a chair, got a lot more equipment. Our business is kind of finding out what people need as well, which is really important. But make sure you've got a space. And I know I told the tale of the guy who had like a 1-bedroom room, and he had one end of his sofa for work and one for play. And we don't all have the privilege of having loads of empty rooms. And now everyone's in lockdown. You could well have children homeschooling. You could have partners. But if you can, try and find yourself a space. Secondly, like a little bit of exercise at the desk. I think it's very easy to get caught up and kind of not move, just continue, get up, start work, not move. So some kind of exercise, whether it's desk exercise or physically break. I'd recommend the break for people homeschooling. And I know I could hear my neighbours today. I don't know whether Joe Wicks is still going, but they were definitely doing something a bit a la Joe Wicks this morning. But that kind of stuff can work. We'll very definitely take a break. Screen time, 60 to 90 minutes. That's ample. Move, get a cup of tea, walk round, go for a walk. Very important. You can time stuff. I've said this before, washing cycles, Spotify playlists. These really help you structure your day and break your day up, and I strongly recommend it. Other things working at home, I put it down as like we've got Tier 3 here. Somewhat ironically, I've got an Action Man mug out today, which is quite hilarious. But virtual coffee, this is like a virtual coffee, and this is just once a week I do this, but I'd really strongly advocate that you maybe do this every day. Have a virtual coffee with a colleague. So contact people. Somebody phoned me this morning. I was just really grateful that they just bothered to take the time out and just say, oh, hi, is everything okay? Saw your post, everything about your arm and all that kind of stuff. And they took time out of their diary just to do it. And it kind of made me feel better. Get your lighting right where you are, ideally natural light. So a little bit of natural light, and also link that in with the heating. I think sometimes at home, we have a wee bit of a tendency to make it really, really hot. So kind of get the ambient temperature, almost like an office temperature, and that can kind of help. Think about those routines that you used to have about journey time, about travel time, and try and get routine into your day about how you're working. That could be about when you send emails, when you make phone calls, something along those lines. There's still a lot of people who believe that, if you dress for work, it will naturally make you feel better. And I'm quite comfortable casual. It's certainly something I've kind of got used to as the time's gone on. And for me at the moment, it's about comfort as well. So, but a long time ago, a friend of mine always used to dress for work when he was at home. And that enabled him also, which is another key part, was he was able to finish work because then he would change clothes. And this is where I'd strongly advocate shutting PCs, logging stuff off. And a colleague I was speaking to today said, one of the things they're really putting into place now is making that clear separation between work and home. And that's what they're very definitely trying to do this year. Now, the next part was just about that positivity. And there's quite a lot out there. We see a lot about positive thinking. And I just kind of want to reframe it a little bit, I guess. And I want to kind of think about, do we always want to be positive? I think sometimes we want to be honest and we want to be resilient. And that's what we want to be, because it is all right to feel like a bit weird and a bit odd. And the fact that, we're back in lockdown number 2, 3, 4, 5, I've lost count. That it's not normal. It's not where we want to be. And so it's all right to have those down moments. And so I'm going to dovetail that in with, trying to avoid some of those well-intentioned, but can come across as quite patronizing sound bites like, well, you've got your health, well, at least you've got a job, or stuff like cheery, chappy positivity. And I think honesty is one of the big things that's going to help. So be honest, you don't have to fake it, and you're allowed not to have a great day. I know I've said before on here, sometimes a Monday morning felt like a real tough day. Monday the 4th was as well, a lot of time off, and then it was a Monday, we go straight into a full week. So it's all right not to feel great. And that's where that working at home and connectivity with colleagues, with friends becomes really important. Whether that's a video call, whether that's just a simple email check-in, but those are the kind of things that can keep you up. Now, one of the things I did mention was, we do all do good stuff, and we kind of forget about things that make us feel good. And I mentioned this before, and it was just like, put some positive stuff, write something good down that's happened, something that you're pleased you've done, you've attempted, you've completed at work. Write on a sheet of paper, put it in a jar. And it's only right that I do this. So I've got this little vase, and this is kind of a sort of an award I won a long time ago working at Hemsley Fraser. And I've just kind of put a post-it in, even for every day this year. This is my jar of hearts. And so what I'm going to do is at the end of January, I'm going to take them all out and read them. And they can just be simple things. One of the things I did go out and I bought a coffee just at a local shop that I use quite a lot. And I just went, that made me feel quite good. I went in, I was able to speak to the owner, and I felt like I was doing my bit for local business as well. So I've just put that in. That's just one example, but anything that can go into my jar of hearts. And at the end of that, maybe a month, maybe bi-monthly, just read those things, those good things that have happened, that you've done, you feel a wee bit better about. Be there for people and allow people to be honest with you. And I think we all say, you all right? Everything okay? How you feeling? Good? Right. And maybe ask it again. I'll always ask twice. I'll ask twice, and I know there'll be a few people on here from Hemsley Fraser. My phone, my email is always there pretty much. So don't be afraid. If you want to chat, I'm more than happy to. So that's good. Well, the jar of hearts, Clara. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I like the jar of hearts. That is a song. Maybe that's my next question. Who sang Jar of Hearts? I can't remember who sang that. That's a good song. So I've got my John Hearts there. Who sang John Hearts? You can Google it because I can't remember. So be positive for everyone and not just for you. So if you do something, make it like a positive kind of tip for others rather than just going around going, hey, it's all going to be great. It's all going to be great. Christina something, you're absolutely right, Sam. So now we just need the surname. Don't be afraid to treat yourself if something goes well. I'm constantly treating myself with mince pies, which is great. And I'd just like to say a well-known leading supermarket was whacking 6 out for 32 pence. So I'm quite happy with that. Is it Christina Perry, or am I just making that up? So treat yourself. Other little things. Perry, that's it, with an I. Yeah, with an I. I think we're right. I think we've cracked it between us. Christina Perry. I think that is it. Even how we sit. Power posing, Google says, love it, Sam. There's just even how we sit, how we behave to make us feel better. There's a really great TED talk by a lady called Amy Cuddy, which is about positive power posing. I'd recommend that for a little 10-minute watch, 15-minute watch. Really strong stuff and excellent. We've got it right between us. So it's Christina Perry, well done, Sam Gemma. So you can have half a point for that. There's also things like meditation apps. They've kind of said Calm, mindfulness, Headspace. If people have got those, use them. Meditation is not for everybody, and the danger is that if it doesn't work for you, then people think they've failed and it has a negative effect. So if you try it and it doesn't work, that's fine. We just park it, delete the app, start again, something else. I said about the well-intentioned sound bites. Think about what you're saying, how they come across to people. What I would say, though, look back and think, okay, what's happened in the 9 months? Probably learned quite a lot about ourselves, about how we can work, about how we can improve work, how we change work, how we've adapted. And I think they're the things that can give us like hope for going forward, because we know we can do it. And finally, that circle of influence. Again, it's one of my favourite pieces, Stephen Covey. Circle of influence, circle of concern. Focus on your circle of influence. What can you do? Now, in summary, just kind of, get in touch with people, stay close. I'm in a position that's different from probably many people listening, with around families, living in one space. I need to reach out to people because of one thing, but other people might need just to move because they're almost compressed with a lot of people. So think about other people's situations. Our CEO was saying, he's quite happy for people's kids to appear on video calls because we're in this changing workspace, this changing arena. So don't be afraid to say, I have to go and sort that now. I have to go and deal with this. I've got to go and do history homework. And I think those things can keep us right. Understanding bosses, that sort of stuff. So if people are watching this, think about the people and some of the moves that they're going through and the changes they've got. And then as business and work, we can work together to make it a better place. All right, thank you, guys. It's lovely to be back. We'll be here next Tuesday. But if anybody's got any topics that they're kind of keen to find out about, you can either put them in the chat here, or you can drop them on the Instagram post about today, and we can pick some stuff up. Otherwise, we'll keep going. We've done 47. We'll certainly get to 50. That'll be grand. So we're trying to keep going with the tier three. Gemma and Sam, are you first aiders? Because you're correct, so I'm very impressed, unless you very hastily counted the bones in your body. So it's good work. Kev, you're always a man and a half, mate, and you've come up about there. So thanks a lot, everybody. It's great to see you. I hope to be in an improved. No, I've got more because I'm tall. All right, that's fair enough, Clara. Yeah, that's extra ones. I've got about 341 then, Kev. So you're probably right as well, mate. So thanks a lot, guys. Great to see you all again, and I'll see you next week. Cheers now.